What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video we have a really cool product to install slash review. This one came from Fastlab UTV, and it is a structural reinforced fan shroud for the Can-Am X3. Let me take this out in the sun so you guys can get a better look at it. It's made out of steel. It's all TIG welded. They do different colors. I believe they actually do raw, so you can either pick your own color or leave it raw. It's almost a shame that we have to cover this up, but it only weighs a few pounds. I mean, it's a really nice looking fan shroud. So if you guys are into the X3s, you know that the fan shroud that's on them now is just like a harder plastic. I won't really be able to see much of it here. You can see in here it's just plastic, and what it does is it connects from the bulkhead, and it goes up to the shock tower brace. My kid's tablet here, so you can see it's up here on the shock tower brace, and it goes down to the bulkhead. And what happens is, if there's any type of hard front impact, jumping it, riding hard, coming down hard on the front end, the plastic fan shroud has a tendency to crack. They usually crack in here, somewhere up in here. I've seen them, and what it can do is it can also bend your radiator, or tweak your radiator, which is obviously not good. So what Fastlab UTV came up with is a reinforced fan shroud, and that will connect your bulkhead to your shock tower brace and pretty much make it one solid piece. It acts as, you know, the connection between the two, so that problem can't happen. And it's actually a pretty common problem. I've seen them on the forums and on Facebook, and we have never ran into that problem, but now we never will, because we're adding this, and we're gonna add this one to Sherry's. So right now what we're doing is we're taking the front end off. We're gonna take all this plastic off here. As soon as Sherry's done making noise. So we're gonna undo all the bolts, all the clips up underneath. We're gonna take these loose. We're gonna have to take the bumper off. We're gonna have to take the winch out to get the bumper out. And there's 4 bolts up front holding that on, and then we'll have access to the radiator. So that's what we're gonna do now. I'm not gonna bore you guys with taking the front clip off. If you guys need to know how to do that, we have a video on our channel from when we did the front A-arm bushings on Sherry's machine. We took the whole front clip off and everything, so if you guys need to see that, you can go check that one out. But for now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this pulled off, and we're gonna get the fan shroud. We're gonna get that access to that, and we'll be back then. So stick around. Video shouldn't be too long. We'll get right to it. So hang in there for a few minutes, and we'll see you back here in a second. All right, guys, you can see got the front bumper off. We unbolted it. 2 bolts down here, 2 bolts up there, and it was bolted to the front end and the radiator right there. So the bumper's off. This front clip will now come off. Don't forget to unplug all your wiring for your headlights.
And the tubes here. And these.
Yeah, and you got to pop them out of right here of your radiator, your shroud, and this one has new ones right there. So now we have a good look at a muddy radiator. So what we're going to do at this point, I think, is we're actually going to take this over and spray it out. That way it's clean. And as soon as we get done spraying it out, we'll be right back and we'll get back into the installation. Alright, so what we have here is on the back side here, there's wire clips. See right here? These are pushed into the shroud. There's one here, one there, one over by where Sherry's gotten. And then there's a bolt here. There's a bolt there. These two bolts here. And then down here, see if I can get there. There's a bolt in here, right there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take those bolts off. I think what we're gonna shoot for is we're going to try to do this without taking the hoses off the radiator. We're going to try to get the shroud unhooked, and we're going to try to pull the shroud out and get the new one hooked up, and then slide the new one down in. We're going to shoot for that first. Hopefully we can do that. That way we don't lose any coolant or have to fill the coolant back up. It is recommended that you take the hoses off, put it on the workbench, do all that, do it on the workbench and stuff. But if we can get the shroud out without unhooking the radiator, that's what we're going to do. And we'll be right back once we get that unbolted.
Grab a bungee and we'll hook this up.
Okay, so it does come out, and I'm going to grab a bungee real quick, and we're going to bungee this up so she doesn't have to stand there for the next half hour or so while we work on it. And we'll be back here in a second. Alright guys, so here is the old shroud. You can see that's the old one. It's just it's like a plastic material. Here's the new one. Get a look at both of them here. So this isn't going to be the normal everyday installation, just because her fan has been going bad. It's been making a noise, and I felt it the other day, and you could feel a little wobble to it. So we ended up just buying a new one, which is right here. But I'll show you now. The old one here is,
You have to buy the whole assembly.
if that'll show up on camera or not. So you can see that it's worn out. It was making a really bad whining noise, and we ordered a new one. We knew this the new Fastlab UTV shroud was in the mail, so we went ahead and ordered a new one. That way when it came, we knew that we'd be able to put everything back together and it would be brand new. I wasn't able to find just the fan. We had to buy the fan, the shroud, and everything. So your typical install, you won't have to do that. We're creeping at like 6,200 miles right now, so mine is okay for right now. I know Sherry's this is Sherry's, hers is going bad now, so I don't know if the mileage or we've almost had them 2 years, so I don't know if that's the longevity of the fan. Let me know if you guys have over 6,000 miles or ever had any issues with your fan. Let me know. But this one, you can see it's shot, so that's why I went ahead and ordered the new one. So we're just gonna pitch this one, and we're gonna set the new one here. And what we're gonna do is, they're both facing down, so you're gonna take this motor and fan off. There's a clip right here. You're just gonna put a screwdriver right here. We're gonna tap that off, and then your fan will come off. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna unbolt these here, and take note of your wire direction, because that's where you're gonna put it back on here. Your wire is gonna be facing down this way. And then you can disregard these bolts that are in here. Fastlab sends you some new ones right there, and a cool sticker. Who doesn't like stickers? And so that'll be the next step of the installation. So we're gonna head and we're gonna get this fan off, and we're gonna unbolt the motor, and we're gonna throw it in the new awesome looking fan shroud. So we'll be right back. Brand new fan shroud and already tearing it apart. So we'll set that there. What you're going to do now is you're going to turn this over. This piece come out. So just remember where that goes. That holds the fan in place. And now we're going to take these off, which I think
they were on the red here.
There we go. And we don't need those anymore. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take your motor out. You're going to transfer it. Set this over there. Don't mind all the junk over there. Tools. So you're going to set this back in the same orientation as you took it out, with this wire down this way, so you can make sure that you can plug it in. And we're going to dig into their bolts that they supply here. And it looks like it's a Torx bit. And we're going to go ahead and throw these nuts on here, and we'll be right back. Now that we have all these tightened down, we're going to set this back on, and it's keyed, so it can only go on one way. And then you take your fan, you're going to line it up, it drops on. Then you're going to put your lock mechanism thing back on. While putting this on here, there's a little piece of plastic that sticks up, and I had to line this fan up. I didn't have it right the first time, so I lifted it up and put it back on where this key was going this way, and that piece of plastic was here, so this fit on that way. It didn't fit on right the first way I had it, so if you're doing that, just remember that. I don't know if they're all like that, but mine was. And you can see that this fan, there's no wiggle in this like there was the other one. So now it's time for reassembly, but let's take another look at this thing. Now we're ready to put it back on the machine. So you're just going to put it back on the same way you took it off. We're going to slide this up through, reverse the process. It's going to be huge for adding structure to the front. You're going to be connecting your bulkhead to your shock tower. I mean, right now all you have connecting this to the bulkhead is just a piece of plastic, and now you're basically connecting the top and the bottom with a reinforced piece of steel, which happens to be a fan shroud. So I think it's going to be huge in the market for, you know, there's gusset kits and everything like that, but this fan shroud is going to be a game changer for adding strength to the front. And if you mess that fan shroud up there from an impact, then you have more problems than just a broken fan shroud. So we're gonna go ahead and reverse the process. We're gonna put everything back together. I'll leave a link to his website and Instagram and everything in the description below. I'll probably put it on the screen somewhere here too, so you guys can see that. And I mean, the price is right. It's not you know, priced way out of market. It's a really good deal for what you get. You definitely can't go wrong with adding a structural piece to the front of your machine. So, but if you guys are in the market for one, or want to do a preventative type, you know, structure to the front, then look them up. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Alright guys, finished product. Everything's bolted back in. Probably hard to see, lighting isn't the best. Everything fit real well. Everything went back together nice. See the new part right there. Bolted everything back together. No issues. Was able to do it without unhooking the radiator hoses. So all in all, not too bad. I think start to finish, 2 people, it only took us like an hour maybe. So it wasn't too bad. We've had the front end off a couple times in previous videos and stuff like that. So, but if you've never done it before, it's nothing that you can't handle. It's pretty straightforward. So that pretty much concludes the video for today. If you have any questions, let me know. Or you can contact Fastlab UTV. Great guys. I talked to them on the phone. Really willing to help. So I think they've been in business for just a little over a year now, and they're adding a lot of new things. So check them out. Look them up on Instagram, and I'll put all their information up for you guys. So thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.